Hello everyone, welcome to the session on cybersecurity. So in this session we are going to look at uh, denial of service and distributed denial of service attacks. So as I already told you in the previous sessions, this DOS attack or DDoS attack is used to affect the availability of a system. That is simply making the system non-operational. Okay. So the difference between DOS and DDoS is the DOS attack comes from a single source, whereas the DDoS attack comes from multiple sources. So you can see here the DOS attack is a cyber attack in which the attacker or hacker seeks to make a machine or network resource or a system unavailable so that it is temporarily or indefinitely disrupting services of a host connected to the internet. So basically, the ultimate goal of DOS and DDoS is to make a system or a resource unavailable so that normal users can't use that resource or system. So next, let's look at classification of DOS attacks. So first type of DOS attacks is bandwidth attacks. So this is related to network bandwidth. So you can think of bandwidth as the amount of information that you can send through a channel. So it can be wireless or wired. So the amount of information, the maximum amount of information that the channel can sustain. Okay, so you can think of that as network bandwidth. And in bandwidth attacks, the attacker will try to exhaust or completely use the network bandwidth. So when the network bandwidth is out or it is completely used, then the network cannot work further. Okay, so examples for bandwidth attacks is UDP, UDP floods, ICMP floods, TCP floods, etc. So in general, in a bandwidth attack, what the attacker does is they will send huge amount of packets to the target. Okay, and the target network receives all these packets and the bandwidth is exhausted and the network goes down. Okay, so that is about bandwidth attacks. And next type of DOS attacks is logic attacks. So it is based on vulnerabilities in a software. So logic means something related to code, and that too it is based on vulnerabilities in a software, that is the weakness in the code. If the code is not written properly, that is runtime checks are not performed, type checks are not performed, those things can lead to logic attacks. So examples of logic attacks are buffer overflow and other kinds of vulnerabilities in software. So we will discuss about buffer overflow in one of the coming sessions. And next kind of attack is protocol attack. So these kinds of attacks are based on vulnerabilities in communication protocols. So we have various protocols like HTTP, TCP, UDP, ICMP, etc., etc. So some of these protocols have some vulnerabilities or weakness in them. So using those loopholes or vulnerabilities, the attackers will launch attacks. And examples of such attacks are SYN floods. So SYN is related to TCP protocol, and ping of death attacks and Smurf attack. Okay. Smurf is related to ICMP protocol, whereas ping of death is also related to ICMP protocol. And last category is this is not actually an attack. It is called unintentional DOS attack, also called as flash crowd. So what is this is? It is not actually an attack. It's a what do you say? Spike in the traffic. So that is a sudden increase in genuine traffic of clients And as I already mentioned, this is not a DOS attack. So the types of attacks are these three: bandwidth, logic, and protocol attacks. So as an example for Flash crowd, consider Amazon.com. So whenever there is mm, a special day like Big Billion Day, mm, like that, lot of people will come to the website to purchase goods or products. So that time the traffic will increase, skyrocket. So that is genuine traffic. It is not a DOS attack. Okay, right. And next, some examples of DOS attacks, or you can say types of DOS attacks. First one is flood attack, which is very similar to the bandwidth attacks we have seen. So TCP flood, SYN flood, UDP flood, ICMP flood. And next one is ping of death, which you have seen in the protocol category. So what is ping of death is, in this kind of attack, the attacker will try to modify the IP packet, that is Internet Protocol packet, in a different way. Okay. So what they will do is they will try to modify the maximum packet size. Okay. So when the target receives such a malformed IP packet, it will not be able to process the packet, and sometimes the target might crash. And next kind of attack is SYN attack. As I already told you, it belongs to TCP protocol. We will look at SYN attack in the coming slides. And next one is teardrop attack, where this is also a malformed IP packet where they will try to modify the offset value. Okay. So next one is Smurf attack. So it is related to ICMP protocol, and what happens is the attacker will send ICMP flood, whereas in the packets that the attacker is sending, the destination IP is replaced with the targets or victims IP. Okay, so that is called Smurf attack. And last one is new. This is a old technique. So this is also malformed ICMP packets, and it is a old method not used nowadays, and it won't work also. And now let's look at SYN. So to discuss about SYN flood attack, we have to know what is TCP handshake. So in the TCP protocol, which is a transport layer protocol in the OSI stack, as well as the TCP IP stack. Whenever a system wants to talk with another system through TCP, it will first of all send a SYN packet, okay, which is a part of TCP handshake. So the client will send SYN packet to the target or server. The server will receive the SYN means synchronize, okay, and ACK means acknowledge. And the server receives this SYN packet and then replies back with SYN-ACK to the client. Once the client sees SYN-ACK, it knows that the server accepted the connection and it will send acknowledgement. Okay, now we can start the data transfer. So these three messages are a part of TCP handshake. Okay. So after the TCP handshake is over, the actual data will be transferred from client to server and server to client. Okay. Now, how this can be modified into or used for TCP SYN flood is, now you can see here. Here is the attacker. So attacker is sending TCP connection requests where the first message is uh, SYN messages. So he is sending multiple TCP connections. So multiple TCP connections will will send multiple SYN packets or SYN messages, and the server will receive all these messages and it will reply back with SYN-ACK. Okay, so these messages are SYN plus ACK. So in the diagram, I am showing only four arrows or four messages, but in reality there will be thousands or even lakhs of connections. Okay, so here the server is waiting for the third message, which is acknowledge, which will come from client, that is attacker in this case, to server, and the attacker will never send the ACK packet or ACK message. So what will the server do? The server will be keep waiting for all those acknowledgement messages. Okay, sir, for doing all these things, that is opening the port and waiting for the acknowledgement, CPU and RAM on the target will be used. Okay, so all those things are being wasted. And if the number of messages still increases, the RAM will overload and the processor will be overload, and the target will stop or crash. Okay, so this is called SYN flood attack. And I would like to discuss some tools which are used for performing DOS attacks. One is HPing and another one is LOIC, low orbit ion cannon. HPing is a command line tool and LOIC is a GUI based tool. HPing is by default available in Kali Linux, and LOIC you can download and install on Windows, and you can perform the DOS attacks on your targets. So as I already told you, hping is a command line tool. So here is the command hping3, and mm, this is specifying SYN packets. So that means this command is being used to perform SYN flood attack, and this P option represents the port number to which you want to send the flood or packets. So here I am sending to port number 80, where the HTTP service will be running in general, and this is my target in this example. Okay, and this -I option, U1 is used to specify a delay. Okay, so here it is 1 microsecond. So that's it about DOS and DDoS attacks. Thank you.